How did Bo Nickal go from three-time national wrestling champion to prospective MMA fighter?
This is the guy. Bo Nickal is the guy.
Guy's such a stud, and I knew then, I was like, man, this kid's special.
The goal for me with MMA is to be a UFC champ.
In May of 2022, the UFC Fight Pass announced that Bo Nickal would make his professional MMA debut just 3 years after graduating from Penn State. And after going 2-0 in his amateur MMA career, Bo was ready to jump into the professional cage at only 26 years old.
I've always really loved MMA since it was like, I'm not the origins, but since I can remember watching.
Though he's currently following the likes of other wrestlers turned UFC superstars like Daniel Cormier and Ben Askren, Bo is setting a trail for current D1 wrestlers to make way into the MMA. He's getting into the ring early and making a true name for himself outside the sport of wrestling. So how did Bo Nickal get to this point, and what will his career as a fighter look like? Well, if his fighting career is anything like his wrestling career, he's in for a bit of success. You see, Bo Nickal was recruited to Penn State as the number 4 pound-for-pound wrestler in the country. He was a 3-time state champion from Texas who won 131 out of his 183 matches by fall. For you MMA fans, that's essentially a submission. So he was a stud in high school, but how would that success translate to college? Wrestling fans found that out almost immediately after making an incredible run to the national finals as a redshirt freshman. At 174 pounds, Bo Nickal took the nation by storm.
2 points, Bo Nickal.
It'll be my first trip to NCAAs. It's been something I've been dreaming of since I was 8 years old.
And after pinning Myles Martin just a few weeks prior in the national finals, Bo Nickal unfortunately lost. But being runner-up as a freshman is pretty impressive. With 2 seasons under his belt in college, he had adjusted, and the dominant Bo Nickal from high school was back, and even better. Bo was wowing huge crowds with his masterful wrestling style. Just look at this pin from the 2017 season against Iowa's Sammy Brooks.
This is tight. Wow.
That's an All-American he's pinned in just 38 seconds.
How do you dominate your opponent?
Working hard every day in the practice room, and then, when I get to come out here and compete, that's the fun part. Just trying to improve a little bit every day.
But that year, there was an issue for Bo. You see, the number 1 ranked wrestler in the country was Gabe Dean from Cornell. He was a 2-time national champion and essentially a shoo-in to win the title at 184. And at the Nationals, Bo made a run to the finals again, meeting Gabe Dean head on. After letting up an early takedown in the first period, Bo rallied back with one of his own. Each earned an escape, and though Dean attacked aggressively in the final minute of the bout, Bo Nickal won as time ticked down 4-3 and became a national champion.
Once we get rolling, it's hard to stop, and I'm just incredibly grateful. All the glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
And frankly, from there, Bo just seemed unstoppable. Especially in his final 2 seasons, there were 3 factors that made Bo Nickal such a success. First of all, he was calm. He never got out of position and knew where he was at all times during a match. Second, he knew how to react to his opponent's every move. This made him dangerous, as he was just one big move away from a massive pin. And the third factor was that he was creative. You see, his pins weren't just your average run-of-the-mill falls. No, they were exciting and got the crowds amped up.
Using his leg to turn him over with his head.
I'm just going to be myself out there. You don't really lose until you stop being yourself and you lose your freedom.
And all of those factors were especially true in his 2018 National Finals match. He faced Myles Martin yet again. The last time these two met in the National Finals, Bo had lost. But this was a true college rivalry. You see, they had met 8 times prior to their final meeting. And not only was an individual national title on the line, but a team race. The pressure was on. If Bo wins, Penn State wins. If Myles wins, Ohio State wins. In the first period, Myles shot in and took Bo straight to his back. But Bo was calm and collected. He bridged over, caught Myles' head, rolled him to his back, and stuck him as the arena went wild.
He didn't just pull this out his ass. He practiced that move, and then when it came up, he did it.
Bo clinched the team title for Penn State. He ran off the mat and yelled his signature line, "That's what we do."
I train every day so I can come out here and be an NCAA champion. We can win team titles at Penn State. That's what we do.
The truth is, it's pretty tough to beat a career moment like that. And in his final season, Bo bumped up to 197 pounds and basically cruised his way to a national title and a Hodge Trophy. That's awarded to the most dominant wrestler that season.
Best guy should get the award. In this case, best guy got the award.
Did he deserve to win? I think the choice is pretty obvious here by the end of the season.
Bo finished his college career with a final record of 120-3 with 59 pins.
What do you think people will remember about the way you wrestled at Penn State?
I wrestled free. I just went for it, and I was the most dangerous wrestler in the NCAA for 4 years.
And immediately after that, he announced his commitment to start a career in MMA.
He actually told ESPN, quote, "The plan is to do the Olympics in 2020, then start fighting."
In 2019, he won a U23 world title.
I have the best training partners in the world, the best coaches in the world, and I've always been confident in that, and this just confirms it.
And in the meantime, he trained jiu-jitsu and grappling, leveling up his belts. He even took a grappling match against Gordon Ryan.
Still to this day, he's only done one competitive grappling match. Oh, should I mention, it was a main event against Gordon Ryan.
Then in 2021, he qualified for the Olympic trials and even made the finals. Unfortunately, Bo fell short of his Olympic goals when he lost to fellow Nittany Lion David Taylor, who was eventually the gold medalist that year. So he switched lanes fast and hit the ground running as a fighter. And the lucky news for Bo at that point is whether he's wrestling, fighting, or done with his career at any point, he can use the same bar of soap to protect his skin. You see, Defense Soap helps protect you from dry skin, acne, and ringworm. Simply put, Defense Soap protects your skin in ways that other soaps can't. Their soap, body wipes, and other products are natural. And if they can protect some of the nation's toughest athletes, they can protect you too. So if you want to see what it feels like to have truly healthy skin, you can use code FANCO for 15% off your order at defensesoap.com. And to help with his new training, Bo partnered with American Top Team to open up a gym right in Happy Valley that specializes in jiu-jitsu, boxing, and other mixed martial arts.
You see a lot of wrestlers just have a ton of success in MMA, and we have a ton of young guys that are looking to transition, so, there's really no better place.
And it opened up just in time for his first fight that was set for September 2021.
You got trophy on trophy rooms, and you had to start over Friday night and get one amateur win.
He fought David Conley in a middleweight bout that didn't last long. In fact, Bo took him to the mat and submitted him in the first round. Just a few months later, Bo fought Billy Good and hit him with a one-hit knockout. It seems that his explosive, dangerous style is just as lethal in MMA.
Bo Nickal's a winner. He's a winner. Doesn't matter what you have him go do.
Though he made a pretty convincing amateur debut in MMA, some fans still weren't convinced that Bo could take a hit. Bo saw this and even mocked those haters on Twitter.
Does not care if the crowd believes in him, doesn't care if the crowd cheers him, doesn't care if the crowd boos him. He's going to come out and he's going to compete.
His professional debut against John Connor on June 3rd will be very telling for the future of Bo's career, and fans will definitely be watching closely on the UFC Fight Pass. Bo assured fans that you won't want to miss his first fight, as it will be one you will remember for years to come. Now, luckily, as Bo continues his training to become an MMA superstar, he gets the best of both worlds in State College. Not only does he get to train in mixed martial arts, but he also gets to train with some of the best wrestlers in the world right in the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club.
We're all on the same page in that, so it makes it a really fun training environment.
Then on top of that, he's even seeking out the best training partners he can in fighting, including Jorge Masvidal. And the question a lot of wrestling fans have is, will Bo keep his wrestling style and take his opponents down to the mat? Or will he elect to take blows with his opponents up top? Personally, I'd be shocked if we don't see Bo make a big splash in MMA with his dangerous wrestling style. It remains to be seen whether dangerous Bo Nickal will become an MMA superstar, but we do know that he's one of the best college wrestlers in history and definitely one of the top 10 Penn Staters. To see where he stacks up against the Penn State greats, including David Taylor, Zane Rutherford, and Jason Nolf, you can watch this video on the top 10 Penn Staters in history.